Yeah, I think we're ready to go now. Okay, it's Monday, September 26th, 2022. It's 2 p.m. Special Commissioner Court Day. We do have a quorum here. I'm gonna call the meeting to order, acknowledge any guests here today. And first of all, we open it up for public hearing. And Mr. Kelly has put in a request. Speak now or on each item.
Better, I think,
Sir?
as we go, it'll be better.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Here no other, so I'll be closing public hearing. Number one is to deliberate and consider action on the following items. Discuss and probably approve the creation of Newton County Nutrition Program personnel who will be performing the duties of operation and success with this program. And so we'll be approving them to go on our system.
I'll make that motion.
Second. Motion is made, Mr. Palmer, and second, Mr. Benson, that we approve the creation of the personnel that goes on our program. Any discussion? Not all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposed. Hearing none passed. Number two is discuss and appropriate approve expenditure for ARPA funds in the amount of $100,000 for the Newton County Nutrition Program. And this is a startup money that is initially be required to get this program up and running. And it does qualify for the ARPA funds. So that's what I'm requesting.
I make that motion.
Motion been made by Mr. Benson, second Mr. White. We'll approve the expenditures of ARPA funds up to $100,000 for the nutrition center services. And all any discussion?
We did say that program should be self-sufficient once it get up.
Yeah. And I think the discussion we've had in the earlier special session we had this morning's special commissioner court, I think that was acknowledged. So.
Kind of repeat it.
Yeah.
Once they didn't know.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposed. Hearing none passed. Number three is discuss and probably approve the expenditures of ARPA funds for the payment of September 30th, 2022 payroll and other accounts payable not to exceed $300,000. Payrolls and payables that's coming up here in the near future that I'm asking for.
We're within the guidelines, right, boss?
Guidelines of what?
With ARPA money, we can do this. I make that motion then.
So if I may, Judge, motions accepted.
I'm thinking to let you speak in the discussion.
Second.
You want to speak? Go ahead.
So the question I have to the court is, we have not seen anything in the public that approves ARPA funds for expenditures that are not directly related to COVID-19 and the spirit of why the funds were distributed from the federal government. So I would ask the court to provide black and white evidence of waiving payroll under accounts this money is going to be utilized for, that's directly related, that enables us to be able to use it, not for improper spending of the county funds throughout the year to generate expenses. what authority gives us that right, and where is it right? That's what the public wants to know.
Okay, we'll go back to, approving, you say you second, who?
Appreciate it.
Motion been made by Mr. Benson, second Mr. Palmer, we approve the expenditure of ARPA funds for, payment for September the 30th, 2022 for payroll and other accounts payable not to exceed 300,000. Any discussion?
Well, what we had planned in the earlier court, covering our expenses.
This is, it was authorized through our administrator, that these was through the guidelines in which it was set up to be, which would be the, lost revenue that the court had already, okay. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposed. Hearing none passed. Number 4 is discuss and consider and take action to reopen the application into the period of GLO fund Hurricane Harvey buyout program 2020-066-015-C08 Mr. Taylor.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. We recently came before Commissioners Court, submitted a request that the buyout cap be increased for both the 2016 and the Harvey buyout programs. Upon sending that documentation to the General Land Office, the General Land Office had requested that we do come back, extend the application period for the Harvey buyout funds in order to make sure that anyone that may have previously had an interest in applying but was aware of the cap did not apply, they would have that opportunity to apply at this point in time. So we are requesting to open the Harvey buyout program back up and extend that deadline for the applications. It was discussed potentially opening that back up through the end of the year. So everyone that had an interest would have an opportunity to submit an application for that program. As it relates to the 2016 buyout program, currently GLO is reviewing that, discussing it, trying to make a determination on whether they would like for us to open that program back up as well. The issue and the concern with the 2016 buyout program is that at this point in time, that contract deadline does not give us enough time to open that application cycle back up and process applications. So they're reviewing whether they want to extend that contract or whether they want us to go ahead and close that contract out at the end of the current contract period.
Mark, how long will you be extending the guideline for the Harvey?
It would be the recommendation on the Harvey buyout that we open that application cycle back up and it be extended through the end of the year 2022.
Mr. Taylor, there'd be no cost to the county on this buyout?
No, sir. No, this will not affect any of the budgets, any of the fees in any way. This would just open the application cycle back up in case there may be anyone that does have an interest in applying at this point in time. With that being said, once again, I want to iterate in marketing this program initially. There again, the buyout program is available to homeowners that reside within the floodplain. We physically had staff go out, drive the floodplain, knock on every residence located in the floodplain from the north end to the southern end of the county, either discuss with the individuals or leave information about the program. If we do have more individuals, it's going to be a minimal amount. But once again, in fairness to them, the GLO is recommending that that buyout program be opened back up in case there is anyone interested.
And so there is some money left over in this program to sponsor that, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, at this point in time, and this is a particular program, once again, just to kind of recommend it, or well, remind everyone, this program, the funding was established, it was not established at the county level. It was established at the state level, came down to the COG, and then the COG is the one that determined the method of distribution and the amount that Newton County would be able to put into the buyout program. So there's still quite a bit of money remaining in that program at this point in time.
And we want to remind everyone that, what's not being used will actually go back, right?
Yes, sir. It will go back to the COG if they are unable to reallocate those funds at the COG. Once again, they must maintain their housing identity, the housing buyout identity. So if there's no one at the COG level to reallocate those funds to for housing buyout, then it would go back to the state level to be reallocated for the buyout program.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mark.
Thank y'all very much.
I'll hear a motion.
I'll make that motion.
A second.
Motion been made, Mr. Palmer, and second, Mr. White, that, we reopen the application in the intake period of, GLO fund, Hurricane Harvey buyout program. And Mr. Kelly, you want to speak?
No discussion, Judge.
So with that said, any more discussion? Not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposed. There none passed. Number 5, discuss and appropriate approve participation entity service agreement for the statewide automatic victim notification service. Contract 2022234400-451459-01.
Liz is not here. This is just a renewal of this contract for the victims notification. There is a quarterly fee that Liz sends out. An invoice her, she sends the quarterly report, and then it's also reimbursed back to the county.
So what does this do?
Victims to crimes, and they register with the system. So if there is a change in the status of their defendant, it notifies them. So if they're up for parole, if they've been released, things like that, it notifies the victim of what has changed with their case. They register with the system.
He says a quarterly fee.
That's the quarterly.
How much? You know about how much?
That was $1,891.95.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, Liz said it was a little over 2,000 last year, so it's dropped down.
And we get 100% back, right?
Motion.
I'll make that motion.
I second.
Motion been made, Mr. White, second, Mr. Benson. We approve the participation entity service agreement with the statewide automated victim notification center. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposed. Here none passed. Number 6, to discuss and probably take action on a new contract for a new copier for the treasurer's office. All costs will remain the same. Ms. Moore?
Okay, it was time for Ginger's copier to be, renewed. We do that every 60 months. And what he does is he goes, the ones that have heavy usage on them, he goes ahead and swaps the machine out. Hers was one of them that they swapped out here recently. The one at precinct 4 was one that didn't have heavy usage, so we didn't swap that out. That's why you notice on your sheet here, like here on the contract, it's added at the bottom, but there's no charge on it. And her monthly fee will remain the same. She just has a new machine in the treasurer's office, and we just need to get to sign the contract.
I'll make that motion.
Here a second.
Second.
Motion been made, Mr. Palmer, second, Mr. Benson. That would take, action on the new contract for the new copier for the treasurer's office. That, remaining cost will be the same. Any discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign opposed. Hearing none, pass. Hear a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion. Yeah.
You second.
Second.
Motion been made, Mr. White, and second, Mr. Palmer, that we adjourn 19 minutes after 2.